Anybody else? All right, subject matter. Answers, where are they found? In God or in science? Now, the little preposition there, or, not a preposition, that's a conjunction, or is probably not a good word for the presentation, but because I would admit there's answers in both God, science, if you study science, you know there are answers that science gives based on the science ability to investigate, to observe, to test. And there are answers in God. If you are someone who is religious, I hate to use that term, but someone who has a belief in God, there are answers in all kinds of traditions in the world. Now, I'm not real up on any other religion or any other belief system than Christianity. I know a lot about some of Judaism, maybe. Well, pretty much. But the other ones I can't answer to. So the presentation today is going to be address two different things. One is, what is science answering to the major questions of life? Now, I came up with 8 questions, of which I'm going to talk about. We're not going to talk about 4, we're going to talk about 1, but we're going to bring up 4, I'm going to show you 4 of them. You may have some other questions. I'd like to hear what you have to say at the end of the presentation. You have another question about reality that you would like to have answered. Maybe we can address that too. But we're going to have 4 we're starting with, and we'll have a series, probably 3 different series. So next week, Bill is going to present. First week in November, if something else doesn't come out, I'll go to the second question. And then first week in December, we'll go with the last 2 questions, because they're small. But here they are. These are my questions that I believe, and most people, I think, some of them are scientific, some of them are philosophical. How did the universe begin? You could rephrase that. How did we get here? The first 2 are how did we get here? That's pretty personal to all of us, how did we get here? So how did the universe begin? Second one is how did life begin? The philosophical questions that I will address, or we will address, is there purpose and meaning in life? And is this physical life all there is? So those are philosophical. I don't think you can make any statement out of science about those last 2. You could, but it's kind of outside the bounds of science. Today we're just going to talk about how did the universe begin. I use the term, what does scientists say? And then what does God say? I'm sorry, that's my phone on. Bad. That's my office, I just got to wait. There you go. All right, let's see what we got here. Oh, come on, I do that all the time. How did the universe begin? Hold your comments till last. I might ask a few questions along the way. Just respond with answers, and then you have a free form at the end. These are the answers that I have been able to come up with that scientists have postulated about the beginning of the universe. There's an old one that hardly any scientists still believe in. It's called the steady state theory, that the universe has always been. Carl Sagan believed that. Carl's famous comment was, the universe, the cosmos is all there ever was, all that is, and all that ever will be. Something like that, paraphrase. Okay. But he was kind of behind the times. There's not too many astrophysicists or scientists that I have read about that tell you that they believe that there's an eternal universe. Okay, they believe in the Big Bang Theory. And I have tried to find some scientific literature that would say Big Bang Theory doesn't make any sense. Now, I know some reasons why it doesn't make sense scientifically, which we'll present today. But most people who are well known in the area of astrophysics or cosmology will say the Big Bang Theory is correct. Okay? Second one is the multiverse. It's a more recent construct of explaining reality in the universe. We'll go with that too. And the newest one is the universe from nothing. This is an idea that has something to do with quantum mechanics. Okay? Again, I'll tell you, I'm by degree, I'm a mechanical engineer, and when I went to college, it was a few years ago, they didn't mention quantum mechanics, so nobody knew much about it. I think they know more about it today, but you can hear all kinds of stories. But the idea of something coming from nothing, or actually, the universe, everything you see coming from nothing, I'll put nothing in quotations later, is something that's being put out there. Here we go. Do it again. All right. Here's what the Big Bang Theory says. Everything we observe is a result of a sudden event where all matter and energy sprang into existence approximately 14 billion. I think they used the term 13.8 or 13.7. You know, what's a tenth of a billion years, give or take. Sprang into existence about 14 billion years ago from nothing. Now, that word nothing, again, I use the word nothing. I don't think they use that term, but there's no other explanation that I've seen that it came from something that they could describe and explain. So that's my definition. Does anybody have a different definition of that word, of that term, that theory? Anybody? Okay.
Well, the word they use is singularity.
Okay, singularity. Again.
Point.
Yeah. All right. Big Bang Theory, scientific problems. One, expansion. The inflationary theory says after the Big Bang, the expansion of the universe was very, very fast. Okay? Matter of fact, I've seen numbers that say it's 10 to the 65th time bigger, faster than the speed of light. I don't know. I don't have any idea what it was. They just said for the Big Bang Theory to be true, for it to have happened the way they have theorized it happened, it had to go much faster than the speed of light. Second one, there is no explanation in the Big Bang Theory the source of energy and matter. As here, we can see it, we can feel it, we can experience it. No understanding of where it came from. So the third question is, where is all the dark energy and matter? And we'll go into that. Summarize it. Big Bang Theory, to be true, there has to be about a lot of matter and energy we don't see or understand or know where it is.